Greetings everyone, and Great here with another H-Bars 4 replay. It's on the top left side as the Red Roost. We have 3-hour Turtle Meta Enjoyer. It's on the bottom right side as the Yellow French. We have LucifroNN. Since we got a Roost player out on the field, let's switch out to not out of caster mode there so we can start spotting the bounties. Does claim a bounty there. Very, very nice. These deer have not been claimed. There's no deer up here, but there are some wolves. Yellow's taking time to hunt down the wolves as well. Very, very nice. And yes, go ahead and take time to take the deer and the wolves there. There's another wolf there, one exotic doggo. Currently Red has 170 bounty. He's pretty close to his tier 2. Let's find some more wolves, and that will get him to 220. And this will get him to 245. And we got a wolf there, and Yellow does claim that one. Oh, there we go. He finds another wolf there, getting up his tier 2. Of course, we got the Kremlin now on the field. I didn't have to look. Sul Cavalry takes that scout out as well. Both of them are pretty standard landmarks. Nobody ever goes to the other ones. And that should be all the bounties claimed. So they got tier 2 bounty for Red. So when we get the high trade post, and get his 3rd bounty, tier 3. Royal Knights being pulled on the field. His opponent can counter with some regular early Knights, which they are equal, barring the charge damage for the Royal Knights. Extra damage afterwards. And looks like Red Scout may take out Yellow Scout. One shank away from death. Get some damage there. Red Scout will spot everything here, of course. And now we've got another town center being pulled up by Red. Red is not going for a stable. He's going for some barracks, likely for some spearmen. And this town center has been built. Going for some spearmen now. He needs to get the hardened spearman research as well. And Yellow's now going to try to claim some of these deer. Alpha strike onto Red Scout there. Very nice. And the Yellow Scout's also helping him out. Red Scout down here. Yellow's claiming up some of this gold. And now we do have a wave of militia pushing forward. 6 militia. Trying to interrupt this town center. Getting some damage on one of these villagers. And we'll get some good damage there. It does load up some side town center. Militia currently have 50 seconds still remaining. Let's get these sides in the town center now. These guys can get out of the town center. Yes, they have. Get some good damage there on that militia. The militia have 30 seconds remaining. And maybe we'll find these villagers now. And he should not be able to torch down that mining camp in time. He decides not to finish it off. Though I suppose for 20 seconds remaining, could potentially get it down to the point where it needs to be lit. And of course, these militia are going to get annihilated. They did the economic damage. Knight and Scout push their way forward. Do of course have the villagers here clean up some wood. The Kremlin nearby, of course, improve the wood drop-off rate. Bruce gets a lot of economic upgrades. Getting tier 2 bounty, get plus 10% food generation or gather rate. The Kremlin, along with any of Wood Fortress, will allow them to get more wood drop-off. Though this one is spread out to here as well. As well as they do get some passive gold generation for all of their hunting camps, as well as killing for the poor. Some spearmen over there to help them out. The Rus have a lot of economic opportunities. The French economic opportunities mostly come from their castle production decrease, but that is, of course, in Castle Age. Of course, the School of Cavalry gives them a massive power spike along the royal knights able to herd this opponent, preventing opponent offense. So right now the Roost player is just eyeing for more defense. Got some spearmen here. Going for some palisade walls there, trying to secure his flank. Got a good number of red spearmen out here. And their scout does see some fire there. Spearman and scout push way forward, trying to hit the food collected up by that deer. We do have an early knight here, harassing the gold deposit. Now these villagers do get inside the town center there, and these spearmen will get annihilated. Scout still alive, but barely. Does have some health regen. The boar is still being claimed over here. Takes out a villager there, very nice. And there is maybe not a full wall of this region. Hard to tell. The highlight suggests it maybe is a full wall off, but it's hard for me to tell. Wooden fortress here. He's trying to claim this deer. Got a lot of ground forces to help him claim it. 2 scouts for spotting as well. And down south, we've got the deer being claimed up here as well as his boar. Right now, we've got 5 Royal Knights, all soon to be 11 archers. Looks like the Royal Knight does get some more damage there. He does go down. Get some shots there, taking out some of these forces. Does not take out one of the scouts. Keeping both the scouts alive is important for us just spotting purposes. Our Red's early knights are dancing around. The Royal Knights are trying to pursue them. Got another hunting camp there. And thanks to this map, have a lot of random trees. These hunting camps will provide them some decent amount of wood. Not wood, gold. Going for a wooden force as well. Of course, there's 8 villagers here. They can quickly go inside this tower. A nice mix of a force here. And now we do got the siege engineer being researched by the Rus. He may be eyeing for some battering rams. Spearman pushing way forward, trying to get some damage on in. Archer's starting to go on down. Royal Knights are having trouble engaging, trying to avoid the Spearmen. Horsemen getting some grid work on in. And it looks like all these archers have been separated and does get overwhelmed. Royal Knights or early Knights not turning forward. Able to get some good damage on in. Townsend is still firing away. We'll be able to pick off some of those archers now as the rest of the force starts moving away. Yellow's archers starting to be picked on off, getting more Royal Knights being pulled on the field. And at this point in time, Royal Knights are quite wounded. So going for the chivalry research in order to get some good health regen wouldn't be half bad. Does get some alpha strikes there on the Spearman. Spearman does go down there. Red's reinforcing while pushing way forward. No, yeah, we do got a big wave of militia being pulled on out. There's the militia. They just got pulled on out. And right now, looks like the French player is eyeing to age up. He's asking the French now to age up and going for the Royal Institute. And right now, going for the Royal Institute will allow him to go for the early Royal Bloodlines, which gives his cavalry an absurd health advantage, making him very hard to kill. Batter Ram now deployed down the field. A lot of his force, he did a general aim move there, and they split themselves up. It was actually a bit of a problem. The militia needs to also start really pursuing these Royal Knights. Royal Knights do back up. Good choke point there. Does have a handful of defensive archers here. Royal Knights are quite wounded. And Red's background's now battering down this town center. Militia we're seeing drawing a lot of fire there, which is pretty good for Red. Royal Knights are marching out, trying to push them forward, trying to counterattack. Exotic Doggo does get some bites there, and looks like the French player now has got his Castle Age, going for immediately for the Royal Bloodlines, as well as his veteran Royal Knights, giving his Royal Knights up to 310 health, which is quite absurd. Wolf still biting away. Royal Knights charging, early Knights charging forward. Royal Knights soon to be upgraded. Could also stand to get this Chivalry upgrade. At one time they've been so low, a lot of them have been wounded. It's like it would provide some good value. Right now it's a big dance off. And the wolf does get cleaned on up. They're right now just trying to claim some berries. Also just charging on forward as well. Trying to torch down one of these houses. And does save the house from being set ablaze. Red has right now 3 town centers. Yellow has just the 2. The villager count is quite similar. The resupply is starting to pull ahead a little bit. And then he just lost a whole bunch of villagers there. Just lost 7. These villagers could be picked on off as well. Does lose a number of these villagers. Lucky has extra town center to help equalize it, but it's still something you don't want to be done. I got the veteran Royal Knight and the Royal Bloodlines here, giving these veteran Royal Knights an absurd amount of health, making it very hard for these early Knights to engage. High Trade House not being deployed on out. A lot of these villagers trying to push them forward. Early Knights charging on in. We're going to need to get Boyard's Fortitude as soon as possible if we want to use these Knights as a front line. It does have the Knights to research, going for a massive wave of research. And now we do have the Canton Saddle is giving Royal Knights more bonus damage after charging. These villagers have been picked on off as well. As well, if you start pulling out everywhere, these cavalry will start chewing you all up. Veteran Royal Knight does get cleaned up there. Picking up these veteran Royal Knight like that is very important. We got a big wave of spearmen and archers here. The archers have been upgraded veteran to do 9 damage to them. The Royal Knights only have 5 pierced armor, so they'll sustain 4 damage per arrow, which is a decent amount. Knights are trying to push on forward. Good hits on Yellow's archers. Spearmen sprinting on forward as well. Scout does get cleaned on up. So Red will have less vision range and when dealing with those bushes. I hear some more of the Lugat priests picking up these relics now. Very, very nice. High Trade House has been put out over here, giving 135 gold per minute. More militia now being put on the field, trying to overwhelm these forces. And right now, the Roost player looks like he's going to go for Imperial Age. He has enough gold for Imperial Age. Needs more food. Archers getting as much damage as they can on in. We got a handful of spearmen in this mix, as well as militia. Crossbowmen being pulled on the field, trying to be overwhelmed. This Royal Knight still throwing some torches. Right now, Red does have a superior military force, but slightly bullied by these militia. Apparently, each individual militia is technically cost 100. Can't garrison. Now gotta go and take engagement there. Spearman got a brief grace there, but his teammates, but Arch Knights sort of prevented him from actually going forward like that. Got the Warrior Monk here. Doesn't get the strike there for the aura effect, didn't he? Arch pushing forward, trying to get some much damage on in. Red's front line starting going down. Now's the time for a ritual. Going for a ritual right here. He's going to let them die. Nope, he does pull out the radius now. The Royal Knights are pushing way forward. There's a good number of crossbow to help get these forces. Archer's trying to absorb as many shots as possible. Royal Knights are starting to receive a lot of damage here. He decides to pull them back. A couple Spearmen still in the mix as well. And some of these villagers haven't spotted. Yellow's trying to go for that forward gold. Some of these crossbow archers being picked on off. Red is not eyeing for Imperial Age. Looked like he has enough gold for Imperial Age. Just needs a lot more food. Do not have a keep employed out by Yellow, which does of course give him cost reductions in all these buildings. Right now both players have the eye for value and also try to secure the central gold. There's 2 gold deposits right here, right next to each other, so both players need an eye to really push this area. Red does have some gold, backed up gold deposits here. Yellow has this back gold deposit as well. These early knights don't appear to have got any villager kills there. There's no stone remaining there. Villager advancing on forward. And it looks like he is deploying out a keep there. Yellow's trying to break through some of these fortified palisade walls there. We have a single mangonel here. And how to do that, the chivalry being researched as well. But it doesn't have a whole lot of Royal Knights left in the field. 11. There's fire volley there with the mangonel. Some Yellow's villagers trying to go down. Got a good number of crossbowmen here from both sides. Honestly, Yellow's crossbowmen are not that useful at the moment. Horsemen being streamed on in, trying to use the mangonel to focus on these crossbowmen. Or their arbaletiers, I should say. They could actually deploy the passive. They do also have one inherent pair melee armor, hack armor, and the mangonel on the field. They use passive in order to reduce the range damage of these opposing crossbowmen. Mangonels do siege damage, so it is a different damage type there. That's a good volley there. Mangonel is still pushing forward. Red still has a couple crossbowmen here. Now here comes the villager trying to force down that mangonel. And quickly takes down that mangonel there. Oh, I'm not sure what all these villagers are doing. Let's try and go for forward farms. Or not really forward farms. Maybe a little bit safer, maybe back here. Nice engaging Royal Knights there. Do we see the Boyar's Fortitude research just yet? No, we do not. Red's villagers are now trying to repair up the palisade wall to prevent it from going down. Looks like one of the villagers trying to stab the knights as well. Red has a keep here, which will stop Yellow from placing his keep. And that's probably why there were so many villagers we saw being brought over here. He was staging a keep. Oh, a lot of those villagers went down. Looks like the knights did find slices through the gate. Warrior monk does go down now. Spearman now being pursued. And now we got the veteran horseman research for red. Wooden fortress not being set on up. Maybe get on the garrison inside just to fire some arrows against these guys. It took a bit of time for this fortified palisade gate to go down. There's a springboard placement in this fortress as well. It looks like the second site's now being captured up, getting some passive gold generation. The other two have been cleaned up by red. It does take out the villager there, and does get one of the Royal Knights. Wooden Fortress does stay alive, trying to repair it up now. Do now got this outpost here. That outpost is probably primarily trying to spawn into the bushes. Some of these villagers will go down, but the spearmen will go down as well. Red does have a spear number of villagers. And these spearmen will quickly get overwhelmed. Oh, there's a horseman as well. A couple Royal Knights. Good hits there onto these villagers there. Looks like he does not get Loom just yet. Maybe a good idea to go for Loom to prevent the Knights getting extra damage on in. There on the wooden fortress, it will go down. Got a second keep here as well. Some of this gold has been claimed. 2,400 out of the 8,000. Wooden fortress does go down now. Keep has now received fire. Got multiple trebuchets now on the field. A lot of crossbowmen here, but these are a lot of horsemen, which they count for the crossbowmen. Up here, you got these horsemen advancing forward. Could get these guys inside the town center. And no response here. He's gonna lose a lot of these villagers. Horses want to advance forward. We got these horsemen charging forward as well. Good hits there. And a deadly hit there onto those Arbaletiers. All the villagers. Oh no, he does save some of the villagers there. Agano finds a great hit there on the Arbaletiers. Archers pushing forward. Restorer has got the next stage. We do now have the red palisade on field, which is a arbalist placement, where instead of getting extra arrows, it gets extra arbalists. And fires like naturally, what, 3 arbalists? Or maybe 2 arbalists? Not arbalists. Spring bolts. Replace all the defenses of arbalists with spring bolts. Convoy trebuchets do get overran there. Horsemen still engaging. I think the keep go on up. The Red Palace. And he's inside the tower. Keep the Red Palace now. Though they are technically called arbalists. And anything could garrison inside would do some great work. Well, stuff is based on machine gun. May need to work on a sound design or improve that. Play a sound action upon firing. But this keep is getting battered down. The arbalists, the arbaletiers. They do range damage, but they do 62, so they does 12 damage per arbalist, so it does rip apart this keep. Over here, it looks like the militia broke on through, trying to get some damage on in. There's a market here. He could try for some trade caravans there. You also got red try to go for some walls here. This keep has been destroyed, but do now have some counter with trebuchets. You have to engage with trebuchets. Looks like all the villagers may went down here, trying to go for defensive keep over here. And it looks like the militia have either expired or died. Right now, red has 129 villagers versus opponent 119. And now red plows is now seeing some hits from the counterweight trebuchets. Put it there onto the wooden fortress. Getting some damage there. The Kremlin has a basic arrow to fire out with. And now red plows is seeing massive amounts of fire. But since it's a landmark, it uses wood to prepare. Fires a shot there with the bombard or the cannon onto the keep. Falcon that does go down. We got now the elite horseman research. I got a lot of arqueers here. All these villagers are going down. Horsemen trying to gauge the horsemen. A lot of elite crossmen here. Of course, they won't do well versus horsemen. Springall's even firing some rounds as well. A lot of red's front lines being cleaned up. Trebuchets are firing some rounds, and our horsemen pushing forward. Looks like the red palace is still being repaired on up. And now we've got some Streltsy in the mix as well, but they're starting to get overwhelmed. Horsemen do charge forward, takes out all the counterweight trebuchets, though he will lose his horsemen. Now going for another wooden fortress there. Right now, red does have more villages than his opponent by a small margin, but of course that does mean at this point in time he will be fielding a smaller military. Yes, now pushing forward. Horsemen trying to gauge on in, crossbow getting some good hits there as well. Throw a couple errant torches. Some of these villages are being cleaned on up. He may have gotten the increased rate of fire research there for the Arbiteers. Ooh, great hit there by the Mangonel. More Mangonels going to be caught up by red. That's going to be deadly. Ooh, massive damage there. Good time to decapture that point to reduce your opponent's gold income. You now have a mine camp being pulled out by yellow as well. The red palace does have 10 range, which is the same range as cannons and bombards. The cannon does go down, so the fortified palace gate will go down as well. We got a lot of Mangonels here, a lot of trebuchets. He's going to have to really hit that red palace before he advances, because nothing can advance in that reach along as that red palace is still alive. Red palace now receiving some fire there. Yellow's pushing forward for all these horsemen there, trying to take out some more villagers. Red palace is being repaired on up, and yellow is claiming this gold in the front line. Yellow is very low in gold. Going for now the chemistry, incendiary arrows. Got these horsemen now shown in. Got now these Streltsy also firing this way. Horsemen getting some damage on these siege weapons, but it looks like they're being overwhelmed. Arbiters pushing forward, firing some rounds onto this mining camp. And now we do also got a cannon placement there onto the red palace, which does 72 damage. Here's Fancy Forward trying to get some rounds onto these villagers. He does have the fortress upgrade, or had improved eyesight. He could go for the castle turret there, increasing damage with the defensive arrows as well. Bell's horsemen still up here, picking out some more villagers, even take out some of the farms. Very nice. some damage here. You got the university here trying to go for biology as well as some senior heroes for himself. Taking out that wooden fortress now. Horsemen are now falling on back. He has to repair up the Red Palace. He's going to need some more wood and well, more gold. He's trying to claim this gold here. The gold mine over here has been cleaned on up. I don't see gold here. He's now going for some trade caravans, so he's down to trade. There's some unused gold deposits here for red, so losing the forward gold is not a huge issue when it comes at least to gold reserves. Taking out spring gold there. A lot of Magano shots there. Rolls and misses there. Taking out some of these horsemen there. So the Arbaletiers are starting to see the fire there. Horsemen still trying to run forward. Still got a massive number of Maganos here. Both sides are pop cap. This area has been stabilized. I'm not sure. It looks like yellow has ran out of stone there. Another Magano does go down to something. Magano does go down. Does get a good hit there. Got these forces pushing way forward. Horsemen are charging forward, trying to overwhelm these forces. A lot of the siege movement has gone down for red, but he still has a 2 trebuchets engaged the Red Palace. Red Palace, of course, has a lot of good defensive capabilities. Got more spearmen here. Magano is still alive here. Gold is being cleaned on up. This gold is down by 3,500. And also this horseman now is trying to escape on out of there. Red could take time to pull out some hunting camps all across the prairies in order to get some additional passive gold generation. He does have a bit of wood to work with. Banner's not pushing way forward. Gonna repair it on up. And enlistment incentives, so this is probably a very important resource to go for, as well as bowling oil. As might as well put another spring gold in placement. Why not? Just going for our defensive keep there. I think both players are going to try to eye that stone. Horseman now charging forward, trying to kill some of these siege weapons there. Arbaletiers fires a volley there onto the mining camp. It's a battering ram. These lone battering rams can do some good work. Up here, I've got horsemen engaging horsemen. Looks like Red's horsemen will win out. And now I do got some random hunting camps being pulled out on the field to try and get some extra gold generation. High Trade House does maintain the gold generation when it gets wood, unlike hunting camps. And some of these mills started going down. Is he cleaning up the deer? Yes, he is cleaning up. No, the deer actually is still running around. The deer do provide extra food, so and fucked up a little faster. Though I suppose if once you get all your economic techs, it may be equaled out. You have to go for hunting technology. Ram does get destroyed off there by the horseman. Yellow right now is pretty low on wood. He has a good amount of gold and food at the moment, which are the gold is the most important resource. He may need to start eyeing to claim some iron for wood deposits at this point in time. He's playing wood here. Now he's going to start claiming it up. Very, very nice. Looks like a couple villagers still in this region. This gold mine still has some remaining. Not a lot. Horseman is trying to stream on in, trying to get some harassment. Yell's horseman now trying to find a breach or create a breach. This horseman will be cleaning up. Red Palace is caught up with fire, and since it's lacking in wood, he's going to not have a lot of repair capability. out that spring gold emplacement now. Not spring gold emplacement, just spring gold. Got cannon placement there and enlistment incentives. You'll see it's actually walled in that wood there, just claim it. Horsemen, trying to clean up the horsemen. And out here, a lot of ferocity in this region, able to gun down these horses, no problem. Up north, we've got these horsemen now trying to harass these villagers. Red's horsemen will be focused on down. Villagers starting to get hit as well. Got 3 mangonels here, a lot of Streltsy. Streltsy like to shoot everything. He has got some new res villagers there. But right now, both players' food generation is perfectly fine. It's every other generation. We got a cannon placement here, going for fortified outposts now. Trying to claim the central sacred site. One warrior monk does go down. And yeah, this is definitely not one of those villagers in that region. You could actually delete some of these walls so we can break through in this region. Of course, there's a town center here, and it provides some defense. And it looks like these markets are trying to put out more trade caravans just out of population space. These horsemen are getting cleaned up by the various castles. Ooh, and these horsemen are getting ripped apart. Yep, just down. Oh, looks like it does have a arbalist emplacement on this town center. Wait, you can get arbalist emplacement in town centers? Huh. Did not know that. Is that something unique for the French, or is that something involving the Red Palace? Activates an arbalist emplacement on all keeps and town centers. Does it mean it's a free or additional? And it is an arbalist placement, which is different than spring gold placement. Oh, that is quite a bit. That is a lot of arbalists. This wonder is maybe a little bit too overpowered. I know. Here's the thing as well. These wonders, these landmarks, you can't exactly target them in war. You have to, in Fog of War, you sort of have just to get vision of it to target them. There's just some weird property of these things where you simply just can't engage at a range. You have to have spotting to engage them, while other keeps you can just engage at range with your trebuchets. These horsemen are getting some hits there on these villagers. There's a line of stone walls here for yellow. He could pull out a siege tower to get on top of it. I won't be able to get down from that. Horsemen drive charging forward, trying to take out these trebuchets. Red Palace was under siege once again. There's a still good amount of defense here. He's trying to go for spring gold. Arbalist firing away, getting some good kills there. Maybe he'll take out some of these trade caravans. In enough time, they will be whittled down. Over here, we got these horsemen torching down this fence. The arbalist emplacement also does range damage, not siege damage. I try to make sure. Oh, there goes his horseman. A little bit overkill there. Now, that gives Red the signal that he can advance them forward. He's got these villagers on the inside that Red keep. That's going to be a lot of damage output from it. But those, received lots of fire there. The Red Palace will go down. We do have a large wave of elite royal knights here, as well as arbaletiers. We're going to make this way forward, so siege down some lumber camps. Battering rams still push way forward. Royal Knights charging forward, trying to deal with the Streltsy. Chelsea, oh, there's a lot of Magno hits there. Find some great hits there on those Royal Knights, but they do have a lot of health to work with. And Chelsea is going to pick them off, find some rounds there on the Arbaleteers, getting some great hits on the Arbaleteers. Mangonels are starting to go on down, but Arbaleteers are starting to go on down as well. More Royal Knights charge on forward. Arbaleteers are starting to defend the line. And these battle rams are still causing some big issues. So they're being focused down even by the villagers now. Gale's going to reinforce with a whole bunch of Royal Knights. He's going to go full Royal Knight spam. Chelsea will to shoot them. They like to shoot everything. But they're going to be overwhelmed. Mangonels find some shots there. So is Trebuchets. Yellow has his own Mangonel here, but being overrun by the Horsemen. Down south, we got more Horsemen here, but we've got the Royal Knights engaging with the Arbals and placements, getting some great damage across the front back line. Royal Knights are starting to break on through, or starting to overwhelm these Horsemen. We've got a line of battering rams. Red needs to focus on the trade. Trade is whoever denies someone's trade will probably win the game. The French player is actually lacking on gold at the moment. He needs more trade. They have a very, very large reserve of food and wood. And it makes me go for a wave of Horsemen. Just throw everything at the moment. Barons do take out some of these capes. Pick up from the central site wouldn't hurt. Got still this gold vein here, so either player can perhaps claim it. And now it looks like Yellow has broken through this area here. Now allowing this Horseman pushing forward. He should go straight for the trade area. Looks like the Royal Knights are going straight for the trade. Very, very nice. More of these Royal Knights are pushing way forward. Going not any Horsemen. He has plenty of wood perhaps for the rest of the game until he gets going out of a lot of siege units. So he may be one to eye, take those wood lumber mills and start eyeing to collect some of that gold. It looks like there is a defensive keep here, and looks like none of these traders will go down. More Royal Knights pushing way forward, trying to get the Horsemen. These battery rams still getting some work on in. Farms are going out everywhere, not optimally. More Streltsy here, starting to pull out waves of Horsemen. Horsemen do extra damage versus Streltsy. And they should still be reasonably durable. It has 243 health as opposed to the 364, so they have a little bit less health, but they should be able to perhaps be just effective as Streltsy. Though Streltsy still likes to get holes into them. We now have these barriers charging on forward as well. Yellow has probably too many villagers at the moment. Also getting some great damage there, and there's not the double time there, but the static deployment. If they stand still, okay, we got double time away. Putting some rounds on those Horsemen. Arbaleteer's not engaging. Arbaleteers are falling back. Got a good number of Royal Knights and Horsemen here. Some of these farms have been set ablaze. And the French player is actually low on food now. He spent most of it onto these Horsemen, going for a big wave of Arbaleteers as well. It's these Streltsy, so going for Horsemen and Knights probably be a little bit better. Trying to close on in. Streltsy do have a decent melee attack as well. Arbaleteers getting some good damage on in. The Horseman getting annihilated, going for a Mangonel. The Mangonel is very important. There's also this group of spearmen there. Gets a great shot there onto the Streltsy. Right now the French player has a bit of gold. He could go for more Mangonels right now. A lot of Horsemen on the field as well as Streltsy. Okay, we got some extra mills over here. Horseman now trying to engage over here, trying to get into this line there. He may just want to start. If you remember, there's a red walls there. He could delete a wall in order to break on through. I'm not sure why he hasn't done that recently or at all. Granted, the keep here is not there. The Royal Knights can charge on forward. Maybe try to close that gap. Does get some damage there. Up here, looks like he's trying to repair the Red Palace, but the village getting annihilated. Horseman trying to overrun the Mangonel. And it looks like the Red's horseman here will go down, but does draw away, preventing him from rebuilding the Red Palace. Getting the Red Palace up will provide him some great defenses. If the Red Palace is down, do they still get the Arbalist? Yeah, they still get the Arbalist. Red Palace not being repaired on up. Horsemen trying to find some breaches. This wooden force is not upgraded. Keep now trying to peek garrison. Nope, he's just going to try to repair it on up. Makes the Arbalist in placement. These horsemen can quickly go down. Really trying to push right there. Red Palace is getting repaired on up. Needs to be fully repaired in order to get those Arbaletiers firing. Trying to repair out the keep there, not taking time to destroy the battery ram for the villagers. Trying forward, does find the second layer of walls there. Let's get some good kills, or a kill there. Chelsea now advancing forward, and the keep looks like will go down. The battery ram's still going. Let's get inside the keep now. And the keep does go down. Losing villagers means you can pull out larger militaries, but maybe not necessarily be a half bad thing. Trying to pull out a stone gate wall now, or gatehouse. I'm not sure what that sound effect was. Did he just break down some sort of landmark somebody? Battery ram now seeing a bit of fire. Battery ram does actually have health regen thanks to one of the high armory technologies. And now we've got these Charles pushing me forward, and he's going to hit the gold line. And taking out this market here is actually very important as well. Red needs to respond to this as soon as possible. Large number of his traders are right there, so he still has some time if the traders come back. One of the sub-betrayers. But now Yellow's military is going to be skyrocketing, which means he could take time to actually counterattack this superiorly large military. Right now it's 100 versus 43. That's a double-edged sword about killing your opponent's economy. Now they can pull out a large army, and then they really put the hurt on you. Because now Red's army will have standing army will have trouble standing. Oh, maybe that sound effect was the Red Palace being repaired on up. Got a very large number of trebuchets here, which also consumes a lot of population space. So now Yellow's army is absurdly large. More batteries being put on the field, being focused on up. Now I've got these horsemen pushing forward. He could actually start hitting the trade. This is the... Actually, he has two sets of trade here. Trying to go for a defensive keep. And Yellow's trade was not really interrupted, just losing a lot of farmers. His wood income's minimal, which... there's not a lot of wood left on the map. There's actually quite a bit of wood there, so maybe once I get some more villagers over there. Horsemen now overrun the opponent's villagers, which also means the same thing. Now he can starts fielding larger armies. Horsemen charging forward, got a good wave of Streltsy and Spearmen in this region. Trying to repair the Red Palace. And it's actually rebuilt the keep here in order to get the reduced discounts. Got these knights pushing forward, of course, with the Arbaletier in placement, going for the cannon and Spring Gold, or maybe eventually Spring Gold as well. Let's take out some trebuchets there. These knights are streaming on in. Of course, there's still the Arbaletier in placement on top of this town center. So these knights will receive some big holes into them. Spearmen can't last long. And all the traders are now starting to come on back, so these knights can get some great damage in. He also want to advance forward. Red has this force here. He also has a 90 force of 94. Some of these traders are not being picked on off, but these knights are being picked on off by the Arbaletier replacements. At this point in time, maybe a good idea to just go for another town center over there if you want to go cheap for Arbaletier replacement to help protect that region. Siege weapons start going down. We're also pushing way forward. Roll nice charge on for as well. Horseman on defense for Red. Red has a good reserve of all resources, so his food is a little bit more on the lower side. Yellow's army is being replaced by Arbiteers and more Royal Knights. Can't really test his wood all too much. He's gonna have to keep his wood on siege placement if he doesn't have any more wood sources. He's trying to claim some more wood here. This keep has not been rebuilt. Still got 160 stone there, not really enough for war. Trying to re-expand over there. Arbiter's getting some great damage on in. If he's worried about keep fire, he can always use the passive. Give him a powerful passive. Archer range will in fact go on down. So some of these forces there. Yellow's trying to break on through. He has 94 military or 98 military versus 37. Red's military is not being properly being reproduced, and he has plenty of resources. Trying to build up more Streltsy. Red's macro is starting to waver. And these keeps all over this region. That Arbiteer emplacement is very, very powerful. And free. Breaking on through. Arbiteers firing away. Red's keep is still alive here. Hasn't dealt with it just yet. Got these elite horsemen getting some good damage on in. It still shows should be a breach right there. But right now, Yellow's just lacking pulling out enough siege weapons. Okay, now we got some cannon being pulled on field. Very, very nice. Got a big wave of Magnos being pulled up by Red. Has the spring golds as well. Finds a good hit there onto those horses. Magnos do have, of course, a 9 power range. Finds a volley there on the Royal Knights, and there's a deadly volley there on the Arbiteers, but they mostly dodge it. Good dodge. Kelsey now getting Magnos shot there. Gets some good hits. Red's military is still very, very small. He's not probably reproducing. He needs more archer ranges. He's trying to go for more Streltsy. But he's running low on wood. Let's see, what is Streltsy? They're just food and gold, right? Yeah. No wood. Gotta double check. And looks like Red's or Yellow's keeping a small defense force there. He doesn't really need a defense force over here. Horsemen trying to intercept these Arbiteers getting intercepted by the Royal Knights. Horsemen being pushing forward. Horsemen trying to engage on in. Streltsy putting holes in the Royal Knights. He needs to use double time on these Streltsy to help pursue this force. Now we got some cannons engaging. The keep does not. Oh, it does have a cannon placement there to attack against the cannon. And Streltsy now putting some holes there on these forces. Need to focus the Royal Knights first. A little bit overkill there, but the rest of his force will be cleaned on up. Red's military is 37 versus 35. The French players still pushing forward, trying to throw some torches onto the wooden fortress there. Magno fires a volley down the Royal Knights, taking some damage there. They just have too much health with Magnos being really effective. These Arbiteers, they're very wounded though. The Rus player has still been playing resources. He needs just more production structures, in my opinion, or not really have them queued up properly. Approach is starting to engage. Gets a good volley. Good misses there. Arbiteers have to capture the sacred site. We got some counterweight trebuchets here. The Red Palace has been rebuilt. Get some good hits there on the Royal Knights. Now it's starting to engage. I think he used double time. Nope, he had the static deployment enabled. Or not yet enabled. That was double time. If they are able to stand there, they should be able to hit those Royal Knights. Static deployment should be almost enabled. But they're in general moving around. Does take up on the bombards there. Still got enough to bombard the region. Got a good number of spring galls in this region. Arbiteers getting some damage on in. These are knights, not horsemen. Red has deploying some knights there. He has a good amount of resources. He could deploy out some more knights now. He's actually running low on wood for horsemen, so maybe I did just go for knights. Archer's a bit wounded there. No mangonels to hit them. He's still here. He's been here the entire game. I wish there was a kill count so I could see how many kills it has come. Chelsea firing away, gets good hits there on these Royal Knights. And now we've got the Knights advance hitting the Arbaleteers, but they're getting some sound. After all, Arbaleteers are anti-armor. Maybe that's another reason why the Roost is not going for Knights, because Arbaleteers do force blow damage, which is heavy. So yeah, that's probably a good reason. It doesn't have the wood for regular Knights anymore, or horsemen anymore. Balmore is pushed way forward, getting some shots there onto the... This is still the Meganel. Battering is not being fought on the field, putting some holes in this nearby infrastructure. Royal Knights charging on forward, trying to overrun the Maganel. More Royal Knights charging through the flank. Put it there on the Arbaleteers. Chelsea's starting to get bloated away. More Royal Knights, or Elite Knights are being fought on the field. Bombard's not pushing way forward. And more battering rams not being pushed forward by red, or by yellow. Yellow has spent his reserve of food, queued up a bunch of Arbaleteers as well as the Knights, Royal Knights. And let's keep close. We'll go down to the battering rams. That's been a hard point gone for quite some time. Red piles us down. Going out some more Maganels, more Bombards. He's starting to bring in a lot of siege. Trying to engage the Streltsy with the Maganels. Those get taken out by the Springolds. Red has these Springolds in this reason. Just that case, and they did their job. The Knights are starting to go down. Streltsy firing away. Does use double time to run away. Now using the Knights to engage these battering rams. Knights now being pushing forward, trying to engage these Arbaleteers. But it's sort of going down. Red's force starting to get ground on down, but Yellow has almost lost out of reach as well. It feels like Yellow's doing a great job, but he does not have reserves. He does have 200 population. So does his opponent. Red's reserve of resources are holding out. Their villager count are quite similar, 130 to 128. Villager count is quite similar. We've got more siege units for red. And mining camp getting hit by some Springolds. Elite Horsemen now trying, or Elite Royal Knights pushing forward, trying to get some damage on in, trying to now torch out some of this infrastructure. Very nice. I don't think Red's currently using it, however. Takes that one down. Royal Knights now trying to take down this area here. The Wooden Fortress does spot this. Now do got the counterattack potentially coming forward trying to get these Arbaleteers. Infrastructure has gone down there. Still got the cannon. Let's get direct hit there on that Knight. Knight's starting to go down. Got a big wave of horsemen trying to overrun these crossbowmen. Arbaleteers. Arbaleteers do have 10 hack armor, so they're actually very resilient. But of course, the Elite Horsemen do get bonus damage on in. Elite Horse, Royal Knights being ground up. We've got more Elite Horsemen, Elite Royal Knights being pushed forward. Arbaleteers pushing forward, getting some good damage there on the Streltsy. Streltsy do have less range than the Arbaleteers. They do have 4 tower range. The Arbaleteers do have 5 tower range, so Arbaleteers do get the first strike. Royal Knights trying to overrun these forces. Horsemen charging forward. Horsemen now going to try to go for the trade line once again. Yellow's now starting to pull his way back. He's not repairing up the red palace. He does have a bit of wood to repair it up with. I don't know the exact cost to repair it up to full. Streltsy now pushes way forward, firing some rounds there, but slowly being grounded away. Good subtle step there by the Arbaleteers. Horsemen now hitting these traders, getting some of them down. And they do cost wood to get replaced. Chelsea and horsemen, arbaletiers all firing away. Chelsea they move around so they don't get the static employment. Decent damage there. Royal Knights being streamed on in, trying to break on through. The French economy can't really handle it, but it has a good reserve of gold, so perhaps you can use it to purchase some food and or wood. Forces push away forward. Got some battery rams here deployed by red, which could draw some fire from the arbaletiers. Charles taking some good hits there onto these horsemen. Spring golds here. More of these elite knights being deployed on the field. He doesn't have anything that's a light unit to invest food and gold onto it. Elite knights are, of course, heavy. They're not light. Horsemen cost wood, and the horse archer costs wood as well. Chelsea is what all he can pull out that is most efficient unit. Horsemen not being pulled on the front line. Also got the Royal Knights push forward. Got Maganel starting to siege down this wall. Villagers trying to push them being sent on forward. Pushing down some of these lumber camps now. Horsemen and knights being gunned down. Chelsea being pushed forward. Good Maganel shots there. Nails backing on off. I knew this game was really long. I really should have gone before this replay started. Sorry about that. I need to use restroom, so I'm going to turn on follow camera and use restroom. My apologies. Free camera to cast mode. There we go. Now let's see now. Yellow has this force here. Looks like both sides are a bit idle. That's good. Good time for a quick restroom break. But looks like the Royal Knights have managed to break their way through somewhere. Not sure where. Got these Royal Elite Knights sort of streaming on in, trying to make their breach over here. We got some banner rooms here, engaging down this keep. Does set ablaze, but does get repaired on up. Got the Arbus here, now being engaged by the Streltsy. And we're seeing some damage now. Got some more Royal Knights and Arbaletiers push way forward. Over here, do have the battery ram here, taking out this. He should have got out this. Okay, he's going to repair it up. He's going to just try to repair the damage and buy some time for his other forces to help protect that region. We do have the Streltsy taking out that outpost there. Red Castle has been rebuilt. It's doing a good job repairing up the damage. Now we do have the forces coming on in, and this he will save the market. Losing this market will temporarily deny all that gold income he desperately does need. He is up to 10,000 gold, however. It's a good damage there. He does have the cannon placement. Could go for the spring gold placement as well. Might as well just get a little bit extra power for something that has the same amount of power. We're now got a wooden fortress here. Looks like he's starting to claim up all these. The wood has basically been mined, claimed for most of the map. At this point in time, wood is a very valuable resource. Trying to pull up. Oh, there's a breach there. Yellow's trying to rebuild some wall seconds here. Dove has access to some royal knights in the region. The orbital's emplacement, of course, is incredibly strong. Stronger than probably the cannon and the... Yeah, a little bit weaker than the cannon, but I think has higher rate of fire than the cannon. Let's see, 7.2. Yeah, that's 1.5 attack speed. That probably needs a nerf, honestly. Increase the attack speed from 1.5 to 3. That's probably a good start. Got these Streltsy moving around. We got a breach here by the Royal Knights. If he is able to get to the trade line, that is very important. Right now, there's a big float of resources by the Rus player. 1,000, 10,000, or 11,000, 1,000, and nearly 7,000. The Rus player has a lot of reserves. The French has a good amount of reserves as well. 5,000, 1,000, and 9,000, nearly 10,000. Has to get some damage here. There's a lot of deer. There's a lot of deer he could be hunting. Royal Knights charging forward. There's a lot of exposed units here. Streltsy also engaging as well. Royal Knights now being engaging. And now we've got a stream of battery rams. Red is going to be eyeing to push this region. There's not only this, that's not actually not a lot of farm being, there's a farms, but not a lot of being farmed. But if he takes up a trade, that is very important. So his reserves is absurd. Red's reserves is quite well and has enough of extra markets here to get them replaced quickly. Red's now thanks forward. We've got battery rams taking down some of these wall seconds now, going for another line of wall seconds there. Those loses keep here. Yellow's front line is starting to be breached. These forces have been cleaned on up. We did lose some traders there, but that is replaceable. I do not have the second site being decaptured. And his outpost, it's a fortified outpost. We're seeing some damage now. Streltsy has made it on in, able to gun down some of these traders. Of course, I'll allow Yellow to play on a bigger army. We've got some of these Royal Knights charging in. Both sides are trying to hit each other's economy. But I think Red's doing a bit better job at that. Streltsy now may get overwhelmed. Of course, he has plenty of resources to replace the Streltsy. He may just want to get more archery ranges to get them replaced. There's have this other market there, more reserve position there, but still provide plenty of income. Also, nope, not protected by keep nor anything like that. Could actually fly out a couple town centers if we just need defensive arbalist placements, honestly. Yellow try to go for another breach there, but the fortified palisade gates are very durable. Battery ram here, pushing forward. Does get focused down. Yeah, there's not enough gold there to buy 5,000 wood and 6,000 stone for Wonder. But Red, he has a lot of stone in reserve. He could go for a Wonder. He could go for a Wonder victory. Needs a little bit more stone, a little bit more wood, and then he could perhaps eye for a Wonder victory. Be a mass investment. Also getting some damage there. He's good hits there. Arbaleteers pushing it forward. Yellow does have a superior number in army, and these knights will get ripped apart by the Arbaleteers. Yellow's now eyeing for a counterattack now. Red's army is starting to get picked on off. The Arbaleteers, of course, a good unit. The Streltsy having trouble. Now the Knights trying to push him forward. He doesn't have a proper counter to the Arbaleteers, does he? Knights are engaging with the Streltsy now. The Knights have been cleaned on up. And yeah, Red's nice is getting ripped apart. Need some Magnetos, just going for more battery rounds. Yellow has rebuilt some extra markets there and get some replacements. Red's and macros not been ideal, honestly. Central, oh, we do have now a bunch of battery rams here. Some of these caravanners are sort of dancing around there. You can't destroy the neutral paid trading post. Oh, the French player has to get wood from his traders? Huh, he could get some of them to trade like that. By the way, this area is now being overran by Red. Yellow's trying to... Oh, he's going to call off reinforcements as they start streaming on in that way. This area is posing a massive threat. Does lose the town center there, so this trade node is under threat, though he does have a mass reserve of gold. Battery rams getting some good damage there, trying to repair up the castle now. And these Royal Knights should be able to clear out the area. It still has a good number of traders here. They all were largely not in the region, but now they've got the Horsemen and Knights trying to change that. Yellow's trying to break on in. Got a pair of Magnetos. Get a deadly hit there, taking out a large number of Arboteers. Some of these farms are still in a siege. Yellow's Knights still in this region. Still got the Horseman and Knight here. They've got this force now falling on back. Taking some damage there. Up here, got the Horseman to try to get some hits there. Now streaming some Knights over here. I think the Roost player is starting to edge this way in the victory. Do serious blow over here. Now threatening over here. Running the trade of the French. He actually is lacking wood. He has plenty of gold, but he's lacking wood to replace these traders. He needs to get some of these traders to actually drop off wood right now. Red's now advanced forward with a massive wave of battery rams. Still this backup market here, so losing these ones is not catastrophic. Just damning. Magnetos finds some good volleys and Arboteers, taking out a whole group of them. Horsemen now being cleaned up by the Royal Knights. Let's take out all these markets. Of course, still got the Arboteer replacement there. These Horsemen will go down to there. We now have the more Royal Knights charging on forward. Got some battery rams still being streamed on forward as well. Chelsea pushing way forward, trying to get some damage on in. Gonna get hit there onto the elite Horsemen. Here's about something. Yep. French Roots can't get any trade benefits. Forces pushing way forward. Got the Spring Gold here flying away. Let's get some damage there. Of course, got the battery ram in this region. Trying to make through over here. This area is attempting to be rebuilt. I'm not sure where the villagers are at for rebuilding it. They're rebuilding over here. Knights are here protecting. Red's advancing forward. Magneto shot there. Got some Streltsy now trying to sprint away. Double time is not there. I think it may have been plugged out. He may have lost his double time ability there. Take some damage there, losing all those forces. Yellow's army is being pushed forward. He does have a superior number on the field, up to 100. He has less villagers thanks to that. Pushing way forward. Arbitrator still pushing way forward. He needs to focus more on his food income. He has plenty of gold, just needs more food income. And has massive reserves queued on up, just in case. Red has been doing a really poor job of macroing up. I think he bought a lot of wood there. He has a good amount of wood stored up. He needs the horseman, that's for sure. Springall's hitting the batter ram now. Let's take out that area there. Battery's also going to push on forward. Of course, these are just extra markets meant for fully up traders, not necessarily to get extra income or to receive the income. Horseman now charging on forward as well. Red is still having trouble trying charging on back range. Chelsea, the longer they stand there, he needs to make sure they don't move. If once he gets the static formation, static deployment, then they just get their increased rate of fire. Couldn't get static deployment time. A couple of them got it. Maganel finds a great volley there on the Arbiteers. And a good hit there. Got the Arbiteers receiving lots of fire from the Maganels. Honestly, he doesn't have the wood income to pull out Spearmen, though he could have gotten some more Spearmen reinforcements in case his Royal Knights. 4 horsemen being put on field. Spring Gull is trying to hit these battle rams to make more and more grease there. French player just string more reinforcements there. Has spent all of his food there queued on up. Has 60 Arbiteers queued on up. As well as a handful of Royal Knights. Red has been having a poor time of macroing this entire guy, and the French player has been doing a better job of macroing. You know, it seems like he has a lot of infrastructure everywhere. He just hasn't had time. It hasn't really queued up lots of. Now I got a big wave of militia now being put on the field. Some of you guys' infrastructure is going on down, so actually taking out the infrastructure is very important because Red will have trouble macroing. Got waves of reinforcements being put up by Yellow. He may just need to start queuing up a massive amount of militia. More batteries being pushing forward, putting some poles in these archery ranges there. Maganels are not hitting those battery rams. They do siege damage, so they do full damage to forces battery ram. Royal Knights charging forward to deal with the Maganels. Of course, being cleaned on. So these batteries are finally being cleaned on up. Got more and more Royal Knights charging on forward. I think Yellow may be winning this game. He just needs more on the pressure. Because as Red moves more of this infrastructure, the more soft he's at. Trying to pull out more stables. There's a lot of deer here. Oh dear. More horsemen going on the field, trying to deal with the batting rams. Right now, Yellow has 6 batting rams on the field, not pulling out any more at the moment. More Maganels being put on the field. Got a big wave of militia of 29. Trying to deal with these batting rams from militia. More militia streaming on forward, trying to overrun the Arbiteers. Maganels fires volley there. Chelsea firing away as well. Yellow has some of his own Maganels also on the field. Bruce player is maintaining pop camp, so he's doing a good job actually reducing, but remember a large amount of that is the militia. And he has nothing queued up. He's not queuing up any reinforcements. This is why I'm saying Red is having a hard time with his macro game. This is exactly the case. Now he's down to 75. He only has 10 units queued up. He's got some more elite knights queued up. Militia can just charge on forward as well. They have about 30 seconds remaining. A lot of this force has been cleaned up as well. Red is starting to stabilize. He needs to get as much infrastructure up and going as possible. Yellow has spent the majority of his food reserve as well. He has have a lot of Arbiteers on the field, but not a lot of Royal Knights. So horsemen will do quite well. He doesn't realize that he needs more horsemen. He's going for some knights at the moment, which I don't blame him. Red also has an absurd amount of stone. He has enough for a wonder. Not enough wood for a wonder. Do a good job of hitting these flanks. They hit some of these traders there, which they are vulnerable. Yellow has a good amount of gold there. May want to buy 3,000 worth of food worth of gold. Gold's worth of food. That's the term I'm looking for. Keep now firing away. Red's Mangonel does go down. Yellow's Mangonel's right there apparently. Does pick up the Yellow's Mangonel there, very nice. Getting some great hits there. Yellow's forces backing on off. Red does finally have a good reserve queued on up. I wonder if he realized that he's pretty close on getting a wonder deployment. He has enough stone, which is the hardest part. He is poaching enough gold. Wood right now is the second hardest part in this game. Battery Ram's now trying to batter a hole over here. And Yellow's now advancing forward. Got Streltsy in a relatively decent position. Honestly, if the Streltsy would just plant themselves right there, they would get the static deployment in no time. Yellow has a significantly larger army out of the field because he has only 78 villagers. Now going out some more. Yellow having a smaller villager population is actually an advantage right now. Battery Ram's trying to break a hole through the stone walls. I think Red is maybe eyeing wonder victories. I think he's storing up resources. Of course, once you go for that, the opponent's going to go absolutely crazy, and then you have to defend for 15 minutes. Villagers kind of perhaps taking those out. Wooden forces will go down. He's going to lose some infrastructure, which means he's going to have less reserves queued up. Finds some hits there on the horsemen. And he is responding to those battering rams. We're going to use the villagers instead. Of course, if he goes for the wonder, it will eat all of his reserves of resources. I think Red is eyeing for the wonder now. It's a great damage there. Takes up those Royal Knights. Yellow's going for mostly Arboteers. Red's facing for some Knights. He's approaching enough wood. Not going on. Needs to hit those traders first. Yellow does not have a lot of food reserves right now. He is queued up most of them to spare Royal Knights. Rebuilding this palisade walls there is very important. And there's the wonder. I think it's the first time I've ever seen a wonder deployed out that's not a noob game. Knights are starting going down. Going to lay down some extra walls. Maybe just get one village to start building up those walls. Royal Knights do, or Elite Knights do take out that outpost there. The Yellow's actually falling back. This is great for Red. The Wonder does take a bit of time to build. He does have Architects for extra health. Cathedral of the Tsar. Springall's firing. Mangonel's push way forward. Does force him back. The gate's still up. Couldn't get repairs. Got Royal Knights or Elite Knights pushing forward. That could be a great distraction for... It is a great distraction for Red. Yellow's being very, very gullible with those, with the placement. Cathedral's almost complete. Yellow's going for another line of palisade walls. That does not matter. Streltsy still quite healthy. It may be worth it as well. Once he gets that built, honestly, he should delete all these wood collectors. He needs military space. If he gets more military, defend your wonder. Mangonels fire a really good volley in the Arbaletiers. Got a massive wave of Royal Knights ready to go on forward. Just be defensive. Needs to elite these villagers, get more military on the field. Of course, I don't think not to be insulting, but I don't even think the more professional people, the more experienced players are used to pulling out wonders. So they may not know what's a good idea. In this case, deleting your extra villagers to get more military. At this point in time, it's all about military game. You got 15 minutes to hold the line. You also advance forward, Arbaletiers pushing forward, Mangonels firing some volleys into those Arbaletiers. Streltsy start firing away. They could go on in, try to get, they got static employment, now they got increased rate of fire, getting a super rate of fire back speed. Focusing on general attack to move forward, and Yellow's getting forced on back. There's the first wave done. He has 3 Mangonels here and this one notable breach. Mangonels can set up in this region. If he gets enough stone, maybe well keep as well. Streltsy pushes his way forward. He does have reserves being built, but not a whole lot. That's a big problem with the entire game. He doesn't pull out enough reserves. He overkilled whatever that was. Trying to split fire now is good. Streltsy's starting to get overwhelmed. Does get the horsemen now pushing forward to hold the line. Mangonel's getting some hits there on the Arbaletiers. Gets good hits there. Horsemen are trying to hold the line. Streltsy pushing way forward. If Red loses villagers, that'd be great. Streltsy pushing forward. Horsemen advancing forward. Mangonel's still in range. He has good numbers of defensive spring goals here, but Yellow has a massive wave of spring goals. Streltsy pushing forward. Some of the spring goals, Yellow spring goals going down. Red spring goals do have increased range thanks to the high armory. About 0.5 range. Streltsy now standing engaged. Mangonels firing a volley there onto the Arbaletiers, getting deadly hit there. All the Mangonels do go down due to a large number of overkill. Does have some fortress here. Could double layer the walls there. And have his reinforcements come over here. The fortified palisade walls are very durable. Yellow gets frontal forces go down. It's 35 to 67. Not a whole lot of military units for Red on the field either. And Yellow has a long deployment time. Streltsy is starting to get overwhelmed. It's a volley there on the Arbaletiers, but more than this, spring gold's not firing away. Streltsy is now starting to engage these elite Royal Knights. One of these Mangonels starts going down, lying up shop there, gets good hit there onto these Arbaletiers. More of the Mangonels are being put on the field. Trade line still secure. And Yellow backs to the game. Oh, we don't see the wonder victory. Holy crap. That was a long replay. This is Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.